Here's the audio test. I'm currently recording with the Rode VideoMic Pro with the internal amp or internal microphone volume internally set to 5. I also have the gain on the back of the mic set at 20 decibels, plus 20 decibels, so it's pumping most of the volume into the camera. I'm sitting about 18 inches away from the camera, and this is about how far, or a little bit further than I usually have it when I'm holding the camera and talking to you. This is what the internal mic sounds like when it's at 10. This is what the internal mic sounds like when it's at 10. This is what the internal mic sounds like when it's at 10. This is what the internal mic sounds like when it's at 20. This is what the internal mic sounds like when it's at 20. This is what the internal mic sounds like when it's at 20. This is what the internal mic sounds like at full, which is 31. This is what the internal mic sounds like at full, which is 31. This is what the internal mic sounds like at full, which is 31. So I'm recording just on the internal mic right now with the volume setting at 25. I'm shooting on the a6300, the Sony a6300. I'm trying to test this out to see if I can use the audio from just the camera alone, because that would mean that I could shoot that much lighter. I wouldn't need to travel with the microphone all the time. I want to have it for as much as I can possibly do, but there's a lot of circumstances in which it would make more sense for me, just from a portability perspective, to be able to leave it and the GorillaPod in the car, or at home, depending on what I'm expecting for that day. It would be convenient if I had multiple to leave everywhere, but I don't. So I'm really hoping this test works out favorably towards the internal mic. I don't have very high hopes. I know I could always go with the Rode VideoMic Go. I don't know. I'm not super duper feeling that, because it would still be something sticking up that would get pushed around whenever I set the camera down, especially with the GorillaPod on. So maybe the real thing to do is to ditch the GorillaPod in favor of a slightly different tripod, but for now I'm focusing on the audio. So I've been shooting a lot in 4K, and that's great for me because that means I can take out a lot of the noise in post by compressing it down to a smaller size, i.e. 1080. What I'm wondering is if it would be fun to, and that's because I can only shoot the slow-mo at 1080. So I'm also wondering if it would be fun to try to put more content out that is in 4K. I think that'll increase the file size incredibly, but it might be fun to do sometimes. So hopefully you've gained something from this audio test of the a6300's internal microphone. So I think that's about it for this audio test of the Sony a6300. I really appreciate your spending your time with me and learning more about this wonderful camera. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to like or subscribe to my channel. I also have a vlog which I produce fairly regularly, and I expect that you'll enjoy that content as well. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one.